What's up, guys? I am totally sick of seeing my friends' names get dragged through the mud because of false allegations and lies and just things that aren't true. So I'm going to address some of those allegations and defend my friends. They haven't said anything because typically the Vlog Squad does not address rumors and lies and gossip because it platforms the person telling the lies, draws attention to it. And we know who we are, we know our character, we know we're good people, and we know it's not true. But this has gotten to a point where it's such a serious accusation that it needs to be addressed. Everybody makes mistakes. I am not an angel. I've definitely made mistakes myself, and all we can hope for when we make mistakes is to learn and grow from those mistakes. That being said, telling a lie is a mistake itself, and there's been a lot of that going around. First of all, David's a great person. Jason's a great person. In fact, they're both fantastic people. David doesn't have a mean bone in his body. He's so nice. When someone does something that really upsets him, he gets disappointed instead of angry and be like, why'd you do that? That's not cool, dude. And Jason also is like the sweetest, most caring, there for you anytime you need him person in the world. So to see them being attacked like this is just like, it's ridiculous. If you watch David's vlogs, you've seen people come and go from them from time to time, and it's always that person grew apart, their career path changed, they didn't want to be in the videos anymore, and sometimes it's because they did something that wasn't cool. And it's like, all right, we're gonna distance ourselves from you now, and that's it. I think that right now the internet is fueled by a lot of unsubstantiated gossip and lies, and that sucks. You gotta be careful with what you're putting out on the internet and the claims that you're making without verifying them. If you're telling a lie and it snowballs, it becomes something that you cannot take back. You can't retract it. And then you just end up damaging people's lives for no reason and probably damaging your own life as well. So I would just like to say, don't call it sharing your truth if you're sharing a lie, because it's not true. Seth accused David and Jason of sexual assault for a kissing prank that was done in 2017, which is so fucked up because he was part of the videos, he knows what we do, and then after the prank was finished, David asked him.
Too long after that, I had an idea to pull the prank on him again, so I thought it would be fun to blatantly ask him for consent. Do I have permission to try to prank you again and get you to make out with Jason?
I'm very confused by that, because how the hell could you be so confident to tell me that I have to consent to something that I'm not gonna know that I'm gonna do?
David films hours and hours of footage and crams them into 4 minutes and 20 seconds for his vlog. So this clip was cut short to not actually show Seth giving his consent, but showing David asking for the consent. Now, do you think David would go and film this bit if Seth had said no? No. There's no way in hell. This is from a period of time when David was always at my house editing, and I very vividly remember when he was editing that clip, there was a clip in there of Seth agreeing and giving his permission to film this bit again. He was like, there's no way you're gonna get it on me again. There's no way you're gonna get me again. So go ahead, go for it.
You're the best. You're the fucking best, David. This motherfucker told me that this was gonna happen again. And I can always respect the fucking man that keeps his word.
You can tell by his reaction at the end of the video that he was pranked, it was all in good fun, and he gave permission beforehand. He gave David props on getting him with that prank a second time. Some of David's vlogs happen just like in real time, you know, like and something will happen and he captures it on film. But most of these things are preconceived and everyone talks about like what bit is going to be filmed. So a lot of the things that Seth was in were his ideas. I'm not saying that these kissing pranks were his ideas, but he did give consent to them and he partook in them, and he partook in several bits after and before the next ones, and was totally fine with it. Like, I'd never heard a word from him about being uncomfortable. No one is here to force anyone to do anything. There's a clip somewhere of Seth pranking Jason.
3, 2, 1, action!
I happen to like Seth's behavior.
This is like everybody's fucking around with each other here. We're all friends, and like, we do dumb shit. David looked through his text messages and found one of Seth's numbers asking him to do the kissing prank a third time. Seth literally requested to do it a third time.
Guys, this is a text from Seth from about 2 years ago. He goes, yo, bro, I was thinking about it. I'm down for another kissing sketch. I said, haha, what do you mean? He goes, lol, I don't really care as long as you clout me up. I'm not gay, just don't care. And then he sends me this.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's not really a big deal. I mean, it's the same shit. Just, I don't know, more open-minded.
I don't know if Seth completely forgot about that or if he just hoped that David would never find it, the way that he hoped that David had a new computer and didn't have the extra 4 hours of footage that surrounded the 4 minute and 20 vlog that included the bit of him consenting to the prank. But what you're doing is fucked up, Seth. Also, you posted revenge porn of our friend Erin. Do you know how that's affected her? You posted revenge porn, which is actually, it's 100% illegal. It's totally immoral and so fucked up. Did you get her consent? I don't mean to sound aggressive. I'm trying to be very logical here, but what you're doing and what you've done is so fucked up, and the lies that you're telling are ruining other people's lives. And I know that you spoke to David a couple years ago in private and told him you felt uncomfortable about the video, and so he took the video down. And I totally understand feelings of regret and feeling uncomfortable about something that you've done in the past, but you can't blame your uncomfortableness or your regret for your actions when you were a part. You partook in it, you were interested in it, you wanted to do it, you wanted to be clouded up, and I could totally see you being uncomfortable about that bit. Now, in hindsight, when you were partaking in it, I know that you were just filming videos for David's channel and probably hoping that it built up your social media platform and you built a career out of it. And I don't think that that worked, and I think you got bitter about it, and after a couple of years you were like, I want something out of this. I was embarrassed in that prank and I want something out of it, so I'm going to go after them. It's a common tendency for people to go and say that they're not in the videos anymore because they were uncomfortable about doing a bit, and then you were just never hit up again, which is false. In Seth's interview with H3, he talked about the situation in one way, and in his other interviews earlier, he talked about the situation in a completely different way.
At the end of the day, I would have laughed at it if it was someone else. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm a type of person, if I feel like I would laugh at something, like don't dish anything out if you wouldn't be willing to take it. So I was just like, I've pranked people before, I've done some fucked up shit.
I want to call my mom and see what my mom thinks about this. And I called my mom, and she just started busting up laughing. I'm like, if my mom is laughing her ass off, everyone else are gonna laugh their fucking ass off.
I think the magnitude of the lies you've been spreading are unforgivable, and you should face repercussion. I was there creating these moments and bits with them, and you were here creating the moments and bits that you were in with everybody. A lot of things were your ideas, and I don't know how you could lie about that. There's literal proof of you being so down for doing these bits, and now you're backtracking and saying, I was so uncomfortable, but I took the high road and just like played it off like I wasn't. You asked to do it a third time, and in retaliation for this, years later, you post our friend's naked body on the internet. It's revenge porn. It's illegal. It's fucked up. You suck. I can only speak on what I know about, and I know that Seth and Big Nick have both been on H3's podcast, and you are part of the reason that these lies have snowballed and gotten so big, because you're spreading the lies without any sort of verification. In fact, when they were talking, I watched you, Ethan, take what they said and say, oh, that's so fucked up, so they did this. You would take their words and you would make it sound even worse than what they said. But I think that you should in the future at least try to verify some of the information that's being told to you, or maybe even reach out to the people that you have guests on talking about, because the things that are being said on YouTube now and on your podcast show are things that should be said in a courtroom if they're true. Anyway, that's my take on the subject, and I hope that people who feel the need to make big false claims realize that if they're serious enough, they will be addressed, and hopefully you'll get in trouble for it, because it's wrong.